Welcome everyone to the first day of our 2022 Global Women Transformation Summit. I have with me the absolutely magnificent Lucia Cantor-Saint-Amour, who is our marquee keynote. And we have so many good things to talk to you about, but we thought we'd come and give you the warmest welcome possible and to tell you a little bit about what's going to happen over the next 8 days and to get started. So welcome, Lucia.
Well, thank you, Nina. This is really exciting. We've really been leading up to this with a lot of preparation and really just thoughtful content and speakers.
Yes, you know what? As I was finalizing all of the recordings, I'm always touched by the quality of the presentations in the heart, and it's just a combination of pragmatism, but heart and to the point. You know, these are not people speaking to go down the meadow, right? They are to the point. These are professionals, elite mentor experts. So we cannot wait to get started. If you're wondering about the event, what is this global global transformation about? Every year, Powerful Women Today honors the 16 days of activism and advocacy towards the betterment of women. It begins on November 25th as the International Day to End Violence Against Women. And it culminates December the 10th on International Day for Human Rights, because women's rights are human rights. So every year, the mentor experts of Powerful Women Today give. There's no charge to attend. So we are absolutely removing all barriers to entry to share our best with the world. This year's theme is transformation. So Lucia, what made you, what comes to mind when you think transformation?
I'm going to answer that in just a second. I want to say that in addition to removing the barrier of cost to the summit, that the barrier of time is also removed, because many of the talks they're dripping to the inbox and they're on demand, right, Carolina?
Yes, all are, except for our last day, which is live at 1:00 PM Eastern, where you get to meet all the presenters and you get a gift, a huge gift from all.
Right. So you won't miss out. You can look at them, listen to them at your convenience. So that really is about creating that inclusiveness so that people can look at it and be enriched by it. So what do I think of when I think of transformation? I think of people who have been trying for years to fit in to structures that were not designed for them. And in fact, were designed for a particular demographic to exclude them, and are ready to say, nope, this isn't going to work anymore. I am ready to bust out of trying to fit in as a square peg to a round hole. So who else is out there? Who's with me? How do I do this? And so we have these women who you've gathered together, Carolina.
Yes,
who are not just out here. We are not here to apply the same buzzy words, the buzzwords. We are here to dig in and say, we've been there, we get it, we have gone through the transformation, we've peeled ourselves off the pavement ourselves multiple times, we have regenerated stronger, and we know the way, and we're going to teach you, we're going to show you, take our hand. That's what it means to me. It means you've been trying and trying for years, and you just keep trying harder, because that's what we do as women, isn't it? We just keep trying harder to prove ourselves over and over and over again, and you're just fed up. You're fed up, and there's another way, and you can do it.
Absolutely. You know, in building on what Lucia just said, she said, you know, we get to the point that this is not working for me anymore. And we hear that constantly, right? And women, we know it instinctively. We may not always, you know, show up as an entire sentence, this is not working for me anymore, but you feel it. You feel it in your core, right? That uncomfortableness, that restlessness. And, in one of the big things that we focus throughout, throughout the entire summit and with our publication, 30 Days to Transformation, is the difference between change and transformation.
Right.
So as a human race, we're goodness, the last 3 years have catapulted us into change, right? Things that we did not know we could do or we would be doing 3 years ago. We are now, doing every single day, from working remotely to, becoming a lot more fluid in technology, to really informing ourselves because of the decentralization of everything, right? So now we have to do the critical thinking for ourselves. But that is change. Change is inevitable. With every ticking minute, right? Is the days changing, the seasons change, the world change around you. So you really cannot avoid it. We get a little bit older every day. The difference with transformation is that it's by design. You choose. You choose when it happens. You choose how it happens. You choose when you're ready. You choose. This is life by design. This is being fully empowered. And what I love about transformation, and you and I talk about this a lot, is that you can start right now. You can start at the end of this video. You can decide right now, this is my line in the sand. And I have, you have, Lucia has, all of us have 99.9% of what we need to begin our journey of transformation.
It doesn't mean some big momentous act. Transformation starts with micro movements, and we share some of these in our talk, in my marquee keynote. And what I would say as to the distinction between change and transformation is, I find that often change is something that happens to you or upon you, okay? Whereas, as you put it, Carolina, so beautifully, transformation is something you choose. Transformation is a decision of power, not empowerment, not something that hasn't arrived, power, something that already exists in you.
It's like turning switches inside of you.
Exactly.
And yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Yes,
right?
Yes. And that there are small daily acts and practices you can start. And the other thing about change is there's something about it that is a little bit negating of the core self, that, oh, who I am and what I am has to change. No, what we're saying is transformation is more like evolution than it is change. It's taking all of the things from your life, the experiences and your multitude, and evolving it. You don't have to change. You can evolve. Isn't that exciting?
It's beautiful. It's like redesigning your home with all the things that you already have, right? Like after you find out how to place them all together, and it's just a matter of moving things around. And there's a beautiful quote by Carl Jung that says, "He who looks outside, make that she who looks outside dreams. She who looks inside awakes." So the journey of transformation is inward.
Yeah,
it's inward, right? You don't need to leave your house. You don't need to leave the spot you're in to begin that journey. It's an inward journey to take stock. And Lucia said it perfectly. What is no longer working for me? Who do I want to be? Right? What parts of my strengths do I want to utilize? Right? And so Lucia and I bring two special gifts to you during this summit. And Lucia brings the gift of negotiation. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that, as in her fireside chat. And I bring to you the gift of self-respect, radical self-respect. You see, we often speak about self-love, and we go, love yourself. I love myself. The question is how? How do you love yourself? What actions, what activities do you do that are proof of that love? And that goes from Relationships, are your relationships serving you? Are your habits serving you? Is your internal dialogue serving you? Because that is how we show love. That is how we show respect, right? We would not speak sometimes to others the way we speak to ourselves. So it's
Exactly.
really about increasing and leveling up your standards. And for that, you're going to need negotiations, negotiation with self, negotiation with others, and just that critical thinking. So we're almost bookending it for you. We begin by initiating the questions of self-respect. And what does that look like? How does that show up? And you read that in my chapter in our 30 Days to Transformation book that will be gifted to you on December the 8th during our launch. And then we turn to another fabulous book, which is Lucia's For the Forces of Good, that teaches you from A to Z. I am Canadian, is a Z. From A to Z, how to recognize it. Well, you tell us, Lucia.
It's the superpower of everyday negotiation. It's really how women in particular can harness the power of everyday negotiation to confidently show up in every aspect of your life, because it's not just for business, it's everybody's business. It's your business. It is sexy. It is transformative. It is everywhere. And Carolina, you've talked about the self-introspection, that the journey starts within us, the transformation starts within us, and the self-respect. And some of that can maybe sound a little lonely or solo or singular. And I have great news for all of you. That sounds that way. You're not alone, because you have us.
So my call to action to you as we get started is grab a book. And I'm not even saying a journal. See, you don't need to make it complicated. Grab a book. Any book will do. And begin to diarize, begin to journal. And this is not a Dear Diary exercise. This is a Marcus Aurelius Stoic, right? The higher the responsibility, the higher the self-leadership, the greater the need to reflect. So grab your book, grab your journal. As you watch all the talks that you have registered for, note down what resonates with you and why, right? Whether you agree or disagree, there's a lesson in both. So welcome to our Global Women Transformation Summit. I hope you enjoy every minute, every bit of it. And if at the end of the 8 days, you decide, you know what, I need to listen to these every single day, or at least for a while, there is an option to purchase the entire series with the proceeds going to Katie's Mission, which is one of our mentors experts foundation towards mental health and suicide prevention for women. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoy it. And this is just the beginning.
Just the beginning.
Thank you, Lucia. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy our summit. Bye.